Good morning. Welcome to today's episode of Hoops Talk with Dave. I'm your host, Dave Smith. Thanks for joining us here on Tuesday, April the 1st. We have made it to April, everybody, onto the fourth month of the year. Also means we are closing in on the Final Four and the national championship in college basketball. We do have some college basketball tonight, actually, but let's get to yesterday's action in the NBA first, starting in Memphis, where the Celtics completed the first 6-0 road trip in franchise history. Also happening last night, Derrick White setting the Celtics franchise record in threes made for a season. Big night for the Celtics as they take down the Grizzlies, 117-103. Elsewhere, you had the Pacers playing host to the Kings. The Pacers squeak by in this when they come from 16 points down. Aaron Nesmith putting up 24 points. DeMar DeRozan led all scores at 31 points, but it was not enough for the Kings as the Pacers win 111-109. The Thunder handling business as usual, taking care of the Chicago Bulls 145-117. They move to 28-1 against Eastern Conference teams. This Thunder team, they've got 8 games left. They can win all 8 games. They'll have 70 wins on the season, which would be incredible. Although winning all 8 of your last 8 games is a tough feat, especially when you're in a spot like Oklahoma City where you have clinched pretty much everything you can clinch almost to this point. They almost have that 1 seed secure. Elsewhere, Brooklyn on the road in Dallas. The Nets pick up a 113-109 victory, picking up their first back-to-back wins since the All-Star break. I know Nets fans, it's been a rough season. The future is bright, though. You got some great young players for you. Hopefully you can build on that for years to come. In Orlando, the Magic playing host to the Los Angeles Clippers. A low-scoring affair here. The Clippers win 96-87. Kawhi and Norman Powell both scoring 21 points. Paolo Banchero leading all scores with 26 points. The Clippers, as a road favorite, win by 9. And late last night in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic and the Lakers take over, win this one 104-98. Luka had 20 points. Amen Thompson with 20 points. The Lakers kind of always kept the Rockets at arm's length in the second half. It was enough for them to get the W, 104-98. Tonight in the NBA, a doubleheader on TNT, starting in Milwaukee. Phoenix, the Suns traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo leading this Milwaukee Bucks squad. 6.5-point favorites over Phoenix. Tip-off for that one, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And our late-night game coming to you from Denver. The Nuggets sit as 3.5-point favorites over Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. Tip-off for that one will be 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And your NBA League Pass game of the night. Why don't we check out the Chicago Bulls team as they play host to the Toronto Raptors. The Bulls sit as 5.5-point favorites. They've been playing some fun basketball lately, winning some big-time games. Of course, took a big-time loss last night to the Thunder. I think they bounced back tonight against Toronto. They're 5.5-point favorites. Tip-off for this one, 8 p.m. Eastern on NBA League Pass. And switching over to college basketball. Yes, we're still 4 days away from the Final Four, but we do have 2 great games for you tonight, coming to you from Las Vegas, both of them in the NIT, your semifinal games. North Texas taking on UC Irvine up first, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. The North Texas Mean Green favored by 1.5 over the Anteaters. Tip-off once again, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And then 30 minutes after that game finishes, over on ESPN2, you can catch a great mid-major matchup between Chattanooga and Loyola Chicago. The Mocs taking on the Ramblers. Loyola Chicago sits as a 2.5-point favorite, but I like the Mocs in this one. Give me the Mocs to win it. Tip-off for this one, once again, estimated for 9:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. And that will wrap up today's episode of Hoops Talk with Dave. I'm your host, Dave Smith. Thanks for joining us here on your April Fool's Day. Hey, be sure to throw me a follow on X at Dave Smith NBA for all the latest news, updates, headlines, highlights, and everything you need to know within the world of basketball. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Hoops Talk with Dave.